Hello everyone, welcome to another video on ratios by THiNC Institute of Design. This is Jackson, let's get it started. So in this video, we are focusing more on the second part of ratios, that is mixtures. So when it comes to mixtures, it's all about mixing two quantities. So one might be a good quantity and other might be a cheap quality. So I'm talking about qualities. So imagine you went to a shopkeeper for buying some oranges. So there are two qualities, one is a good quality and other one is a cheap quality. So if the shopkeeper is trying to sell only good quality, since the price is higher, he might not be able to sell all of them. And if he's trying to sell the cheap quality at a lower price, since the quality is very less, the people might not buy it. So what is the solution for the same? He might be mixing these two and he might be selling it at a mean price, right? So when the people come and look at the oranges, it might be decent enough to buy and the price is moderate, so most of the people will buy. So that is a technique which most of the people do for increasing the sales. But what most of the people do is they will sell it at the mean price only. But some people, what they do is, just because of mixing them, they will make some profit out of it. So instead of selling it at the actual mixture price, they will sell it at a higher price and hence they will make a profit. So we are dealing with mixtures in this video. So before we start with questions, we have to have a clear idea about a formula. So the formula is this formula. So this is a basic formula with which we do almost all the questions in mixtures. So the formula is QC by QG equals G minus M by M minus C. So this is the formula we talk about. QC by QG equals G minus M by M minus C. So what is QC? QC means quantity of cheap and QG means quantity of good. So Q represents the quantity. So QC means quantity of cheap and QG means quantity of good. And what is G, M and C? G is the price of good quality, M is the mean price and C is the price of cheap quality. So G, M and C are prices. So G means the price of good quality, C means the price of cheap quality and M means nothing but the mean price. And what is QC and QG? QC and QG are nothing but the quantities. Okay. So let's get it moving. So let me just show you one simple example. So let's say there is a shopkeeper. He is having 4 kgs of oranges. So he is having 4 kgs of oranges and the price is 60 per kg. Rupees 60 per kg. Now he is also having another variety of orange and he is having, let's say, 6 kg of that and the price of that is, let's say, only 40 per kg. So a shopkeeper is having 2 varieties of oranges. One is a good one and the other one is a cheap one. So this is a good quality and this is a cheap quality. So the price of good quality is 60 per kg, the price of cheap quality is rupees 40 per kg. So obviously this is the good quality and this is a cheap quality. Why? Because whatever the price is more is the good quality, right? If the price is less, it is a cheap quality. So he's having 4 kgs of this variety and 6 kgs of this variety. Now what is he doing? He is going to mix these two. So when he mixes these two, what will be the total price of the mixture? So he is mixing 4 kgs with 6 kgs. So when he mixes these two, the total will be 10 kgs. So what will be the total price of the mixture? So if he is having 4 kgs of first quality orange and if the price is 60 per kg, the total price will be 4 into 60. Then if he is having 6 kgs of orange, second quality orange, and if the price is 40 per kg, the total price will be 6 into 40, right? Because price per kg into the total quantity gives us a total price. So he is having 4 kgs of orange, the price is 60 per kg. He is having 6 kgs of oranges and the price is 40 per kg. So when he mixes these two, the total price will be 4 into 60 plus 6 into 40. And what is the total quantity? Total quantity is 6 plus 4, that is 10 kgs, right? So I'm just writing it as 6 plus 4 so that you will get an idea what I'm writing. So the total quantity is nothing but 6 plus 4. So total price is this and the total quantity is this when he mixes these two, right? So total price divided by total quantity gives us the mean price of the mixture. So when he mixes these two, the actual mean price of the mixture is total price by total quantity. So what is the total price? When you do the math, we have 6 into 4, which is 240. So it's just 240 plus 240. And what is the total quantity? It's 10, right? So 240 plus 240 divided by 10. So what is 240 plus 240 divided by 10? It's 480 by 10, which is nothing but 48 per kg. So when he mixed these two, the price per kg of the mixture is 48 per kg. So he is mixing these two and the mixture price is nothing but, when he mixed these two, the price of the mixture is 48 per kg. I think when he mixed these two, the total quantity will be 10 kgs and the price will be 48 per kg, right? So this is how we manually calculate it. Now what is this formula saying? QC by QG equals G minus M by M minus C. So will that formula work here? Let's see whether it will work or not. So what is the quantity of good? So quantity good means the orange is at 60 per kg. So quantity of good is 4. And what is the quantity of cheap? It's 6. So we know the quantity of cheap is 6 and quantity of good is 4. So what is 6 by 4? That is G minus M. So what is G minus M? Price of good quality. So this is G, this is M and this is C, right? The prices. So what is G minus M? It's 60 minus 48. So what is 60 minus 48? So when you do 60 minus 48, what are we getting? We are getting 12. And what is M minus C? So when you do M minus C, this is M. 48 minus 40, what is that? 8. So what is 12 by 8? If you cut these two by 2, you will get exactly 6 by 4, right? So these two are exactly matching each other. So this is how it works actually. So when you do QC by QG, the quantity of cheap to quantity of good. So when you take the ratio of quantity of cheap, 4 by 6. So quantity of cheap is 6 and quantity of good is 4. So 6 by 4 equals G minus M by M minus C. That will exactly match each other. So this is a basic formula with which we do most of the questions. So without much further delay, we are moving ahead. So all of you look at this question. So in what ratio must a grocer mix two varieties of pulses consisting of rupees 15 and rupees 20 per kg respectively, so as to get a mixture worth rupees 16.5 per kg. So this person is mixing two pulses, right? And what are the prices? So the price of one is 15 per kg, the price of second one is 20 per kg, and he is mixing these two and the mixture price is 16.5 per kg. So what are the things we know? We know the price of good quality pulses. We know the price of cheap quality pulses. And when he mixed these two, he's selling the mixture at 16.5. So you know the mean price also. Now the question is asking us in what ratio he's mixing these two, the cheap quality with the good quality. So the quantities are mixed in what ratio is the question. So what formula we use? We'll use this formula QC by QG equals G minus M by M minus C. So what is QC? Quantity of cheap. What is that? 15. Sorry, what is quantity of cheap to quantity of good? That is what we need to find out. So this ratio is what we need, right? In what ratio he is mixing the cheap quality with the good quality. So this ratio is what we need to find out. We know that is G minus M. What is G minus M? It's 20 minus 16.5. And what is M minus C? It's 16.5 minus 15. Is it clear? So we need to find the ratio in which the rupees 15 per kg pulse is mixed with 20 per kg pulse. So QC by QG ratio is what we need. We know that is G minus M by M minus C, where G, M and C are the prices of good quality, mean price and the cheap quality. So when we do this, what will we get? We'll get 3.5 by 1.5. So which is 35 by 15. So we can cancel these two by 5. So what will we get when you cancel this by 5? So we'll get 7 by 3. So that means these two are mixed in the ratio of 7:3. Now, option C is going to be the correct answer for this question. So the cheap quality is mixed with the pulses worth rupees 15 per kg is mixed with pulses worth rupees 20 per kg. The quantity of cheap to quantity of good ratio is what we need. So that is G minus M by M minus C. So when we do it, we will get 7 by 3. So QC by QG equals 7 by 3, or QC by QG ratio is nothing but 7:3. So option C will be the correct answer. So I believe this is clear for all of you. Now let's proceed further with the next question. Okay, so what is this question saying? In what ratio the rice at 7.2 per kg is mixed with rice at 5.7 per kg so as to produce a mixture worth rupees 6.3 per kg? So in what ratio the rice at 7.2 is mixed with 5.7 to get a mixture worth rupees 6.3? So we know the prices, right? So what is the price of good quality? It's 7.2 per kg. And what is the price of cheap quality? It's 5.7 per kg. And what is the mean price of the mixture? The mixture price is 6.3 per kg. So you know what is G, C and M, right? So what we need to find is in what ratio the good quality is mixed with cheap quality. So QG by QC ratio is what they're asking, right? So in what ratio this is mixed with that is a question. So the good quality is mixed with cheap quality. The quantities are mixed in what ratio is a question. So now we don't know what QG by QC is, but we know what is QC by QG. What is QC by QG? It's G minus M. It's 7.2 minus 6.3 by M minus C. What is M minus C? 6.3 minus 5.7. So when you do this, what will we get? So 7.2 minus 6.3 is 0.9. And what is 6.3 minus 5.7? It's 0.6. So we'll get 9 by 6, which is nothing but 3 by 2. That means the cheap quality is mixed with good quality in the ratio of 3:2. Now what we need is the reverse, right? QG by QC. So QC by QG is 3 by 2. So what is QG by QC, the reverse? It's just the reciprocal of QC by QG. So QC by QG is 3 by 2. So QG by QC is nothing but 2 by 3. So in what ratio the good quantities and the cheap quantities are mixed? That is, the good quantity is this, the cheap one is this, right? In what ratio this quantity is mixed with, that is a question. So QG by QC ratio is nothing but 2:3. So 2:3, option B is going to be the correct answer. Okay, I believe this is clear for you. Now let's proceed further. So let's look at this question. So what is this question saying? The total cost of type 1 rice is 15 per kg and type 2 rice is 20 per kg. If both the type 1 and type 2 are mixed together in the ratio of 2:3, then the price per kg of the mixed variety of the rice is a question. So, okay, so what we need to find is the price per kg of the mixed variety. So, M value is what they're asking, right? So, we have type 1 rice, the price is 15 per kg. We have type 2 rice that is 20 per kg. So, we know the price of good quality, we know the price of cheap quality. And we know that they are mixed in the ratio of 2:3. So, QC by QG ratio also we need. Now, we need to find what is M, right? So, what we know is QC by QG equals G minus M by M minus C. So this is what we actually know. So what is QC by QG? The quantity of cheap to quantity of good. And it is clearly given that the cheap one is mixed with good one in the ratio of 2:3. So we know the QC by QG ratio, that is 2 by 3. That is equal to price of good quality, that is 20 minus M by mean price minus what is the price of cheap quality? That is 15. Right? So this is the price of cheap quality, this is the price of good quality, and mean price is what we need. We know the quantity of cheap to good. They are mixed in the ratio of QC by QG ratio is 2 by 3. So we need to find the M value. So what can we do? We can just cross multiply. So 2 into M minus 15 equals 3 into 20 minus M. Right? So we are just cross multiplying it to this side and this to this side, and then we are equating it. So when you multiply it inside, what will we get? 2m minus 30 equals 60 minus 3m. Now let's keep m's to one side and numbers to one side. So what will we get? 5m equals 9d. So what is m? Mean price is 9d by 5. So what is 9d by 5? 18, right? So mean price of the mixture is 18. So m value is 18. Option A, rupees 18 is going to be the correct answer. So in this question, we have everything else except M. We know the price of good quality, we know the price of cheap quality, we know the quantities of cheap and quantity of good. All we need is the M value. So we can actually just solve the M value by just substituting all the other things. Okay, so look at this question. So in what ratio must a grocer mix two varieties of tea worth rupees 60 per kg and 65 per kg so that the mixture is sold at 68.2 per kg and they gain 10%. So they are gaining 10%. So what is the meaning of gaining 10%? So he is selling it at 68.2 and he is gaining 10%. Right? So he is not selling it at the actual mixture price. So they are not saying that he is sold at 68.2 after mixing these two. He sold at 68.2 after making a gain of 10%. Right? So there is a gain of 10%. What is the meaning of that? So when the two quantities are mixed, there is an actual mixture price or mean price. But some people, what they do is they'll increase it by some percentage and they will make some profit out of it. So that is what this 10% means. So he's selling it at 68.2 by gaining 10% means the actual mixture price increased by 10%. Yes, nothing but 68.2. I think that is clear for you. Right? So actual mixture price is not 68.2. There is a gain of 10%. So actual mixture price increased by 10% is 68.2. Now how can we find the actual mixture price? How can we increase a number by 10%? We'll just multiply it with 100 plus 10, 110 by 100. And that is going to be the mixture price, which is 68.2. Okay. So now how can we find the M value? So M into 100 equals 6820, right? Now we can cancel one zero from here. So what is the actual M value? So this is 110. So what is the actual mixture M value? It is 682 by 11. So when you do 682 by 11, we have 666, then 22, 2. So the actual mixture price is 62. So we got the M value first of all. So what is given is he's selling the mixture at 68.2 by gaining 10%. So this is not the actual mixture price. Actual mixture price increased by 10% is this. So actual mixture price into 110 by 100 is this. So actual mixture price is 62. So now we know the price of good quality. We know the price of cheap quality and the mean price. So what is the price of good quality? That is 65 per kg. And what is the price of cheap quality? It is 60 per kg. And these two are mixed together and the mixture is sold at a price of 62 per kg if there is no gain. So the actual mixture price is 62 per kg. Now the question is asking us in what ratio he is mixing the 60 per kg wala with 65 per kg. So the QC by QG ratio is what they need. So what is QC by QG? That is G minus M by M minus C. So what is G minus M? It's 65 minus 62. What is M minus C? It is 62 minus 60. So what will we get? We will get 3 by 2. So the cheap quality is mixed with good quality in the ratio of 3:2. So 3:2, option A is going to be the correct answer. So this is not a question where we know the actual mixture price and where we can directly substitute it and find the QC by QG ratio. So they are saying that the mixture price after a 10% gain is 68.2. So from there we have found the actual mixture price and then we are substituting it here in the equation to find the QC by QG ratio. That's the difference here. So now we are going to do another question. So in this question, what is the question saying? The pure ghee costs 100 per kg. After adulterating it with vegetable oil costing 50 per kg, the shopkeeper sells the mixture at 96 per kg and thereby making a profit of 20%. In what ratio does he mix pure ghee with vegetable oil is the question. So pure ghee means a good quality. So good quality is mixed with the vegetable oil, cheap quality, in what ratio? So QG by QC ratio is what they are asking. So it's clearly given that the pure ghee is costing how much? 100 per kg and he is mixing it with vegetable oil costing 50 per kg and he sells the mixture at 96 per kg, thereby making a profit of 20%. So what is the price of good quality? It's 100. What is the price of cheap quality? It's 50. And what is the mixture price or the mean price? That we have to find out because it's clearly given that he sells the mixture at 96 by gaining 20%. So this is not the actual mixture price. So actual mixture price increased by 20% is nothing but 96, right? So M multiplied by 120 by 100 equals 96. So now we can cancel these two. So 12 and 96 cancels off, this becomes 8. So what is the actual mixture price? It's 8 into 10, which is nothing but 80. So the actual mixture price is nothing but 80. So I'm keeping this aside. So we know that the actual mixture price is nothing but 80. Now what we need is in what ratio he mixed the pure ghee with the vegetable oil. So this is a good quality and this is the cheap quality. So this is the price of good quality, this is the price of cheap quality and we got the M value, mean price as 80. So they are asking in what ratio the good quality is mixed with cheap quality. So QG by QC what ratio is what they need. But we know that, okay, let's keep it aside. So we already know that QC by QG ratio is, so what is QC by QG? It's nothing but G minus M by M minus C. So what is G? It is 100 minus what is M? It's 80 by what is that? M minus C. What is the cheap quality price? It is 50. So what will we get? QC by QG is nothing but 20 by 30, which is nothing but 2:3. So the cheap quality is mixed with good quality. So the vegetable oil is mixed with pure ghee in the ratio of 2/3. But what they're asking, in what ratio he mixed the pure ghee with the vegetable oil. So that means the good quality is mixed with cheap quality, in what ratio is the question. So what we need is QG by QC, right? So what is QG by QC? So QC by QG is 2/3. So QG by QC will be the reverse of that, which is nothing but 3/2. So 3:2. Option B is going to be the correct answer. So I believe this is clear for you. Let's move ahead. So what is this question saying? By mixing two different quantities of pulses in the ratio of 2:3, the selling the mixture at a rate of 22 per kg, the shopkeeper makes a profit of 10%. So what is the question saying, telling us? He is mixing two different quantities of pulses, right, in the ratio of 2:3 and selling the mixture at a rate of 22 per kg and thereby makes a profit of 10%. If the cost of smaller quantity is 14 per kg, what is the cost per kg of the larger quantity? Now the problem here is we don't know which is the cheap one, which is the good one, we have no idea. So it is, anyway, let's break it down. It's clearly given that he sells it at 22 and makes a profit of 10%, right? By selling it at 22, there is a profit of 10%. So mixture price increased by 10% is nothing but 22. So mixture price increased by 10% is 22, right? Because he makes a profit of 10% by selling it at 22. So M into 110 by 100 equals 22. So now we can cancel these two. So this is nothing but 2. So the mixture price is 2 into 10, which is nothing but 20. So this is going to be the mixture price. So we got the mixture price. So let's keep the mixture price aside. So I believe you understood what I did. There is a profit of 10% by selling it at 22. So actual mixture price increased by 10% is 22. So the mixture price is 20. So we got the mixture price. So I'm keeping the mixture price aside. So we got the actual mixture price as 22. So M is nothing but 22. Now moving back. The question says that he is mixing two quantities of pulses in 2:3 ratio, right? So the quantities are mixed in the ratio of 2:3. So we are not sure whether it is QC by QG or QG by QC. So two quantities are mixed in the ratio of 2:3. That's the only thing which is given. So we are not sure whether it is QC by QG or QG by QC. So we know that the mean price is 22. And it is also given that the cost of smaller quantity is 14 per kg. So we have something at a price of 14 per kg and the mean price is 22 per kg. So obviously, if the mean price is more than a price, that price is going to be the cheap qualities price, right? Because the mixture price is 22 and one of the quantities having a price of 14, right? So that means when 14 is mixed with something having a higher price, then only get the mean price more than 14. So we can definitely say that this is going to be the C value. And we don't know what is the G value, right? We don't know what is the price of good quality. So 14 per kg is mixed with something else and the mixture price is 22 per kg. So we don't know what is the price of good quality. And the mixing is happening between the two varieties in the ratio of 2:3. So the mixing is done in the ratio of 2:3, right? So we know the QC by QG ratio also. So what is QC by QG ratio? He is mixing these two in the ratio of 2:3. So QC by QG ratio is nothing but 2/3. So you know the QC by QG ratio, you know the price of cheap quality, you know the mixture price, and we need to find the price of larger quantity or good quality. So the cheap quality is the of smaller quantity, because we have the mean price 22, the cheap quality's price is 14, and that is a smaller quantity. That means the quantity of cheap is smaller quantity, means the cheap quality. So larger quantity is nothing but the good quality. So since they are mixed in the ratio of 2:3, the larger quantity is 3 and smaller quantity is this, right? So this is the larger quantity and this is a smaller quantity. So we found that the smaller quantity is the cheap one, because the one with 14 per kg is the cheap one. So the smaller quantity, they are mixed in the ratio of 2:3, means the smaller quantity is 2 and larger quantity is 3. The smaller quantity is the cheap one and larger quantity is the good one. So QC by QG ratio is nothing but 2:3. Okay, so we know the QC by QG ratio, we know the price of cheap quality, we know the mean price. We need to find the cost per kg of the larger quantity. Larger quantity is nothing but the good quality. So what will we do? QC by QG, that is 2/3 equals G minus M. What is G minus M? We don't know the G value. It is G minus 22 by what is M minus C? 22 minus 14. So from here we have to solve the value of G, right? So I'm just erasing few of them so that I can write it out. So I think this much is clear for you. Now let's solve the value of G from here. So when you cross multiply, what will you get? So 2/3 equals G minus M by M minus 22 minus 14. What is that? 8, right? Now what you can do, you can cross multiply. So 8 into 2 equals 3 into G minus 22. Right? Now we are actually looking for the G value. So 8 into 2 is nothing but 16, right? So 3 into what gives you 16? So 3 into nothing among the options gives us the 16, right? So if you substitute 23, it is 3 into 1. If you substitute 24, it is 3 into 2. If you substitute 25, it is 3 into 3. So none of them is giving us 16. So none of the above, option D is the correct answer. There is no need of solving it further. You can just substitute the G value is what they are asking. If you substitute any of these options for G, you are not getting 16 by any chance. So anyway, all these three are not the correct answers. So obviously option D will be the correct answer. So I believe this is clear for you. Now let's look at the next question. Adil brought 30 kg of rice at 8.5 per kg and 20 kg of rice at 8 per kg, and he has to make a profit of 20%. At approximately at what rate per kg he need to sell the rice? Now to make a 20% profit, at what price he have to sell it is a question. So that means we need to find the mixture price and we have to increase it by 20% and we have to find the selling price, right? First of all, let's find the mixture price. So he have 30 kg of rice and the price of that is 8.5 per kg. And he's also having 20 kg of another rice and the price is 8 per kg. And he's mixing these two and we don't know the mixture price. So we know the price of good quality, we know the price of cheap quality, but we don't know the mixture price. We know the quantity of good, we don't know the quantity of cheap. And how can we find the mixture price? We know that QC by QG equals G minus M by M minus C. So what is QC by QG? 20 by 30 equals G minus M, 8.5 minus M by M minus C, right? M minus 8. I think this is clear for you. So what will we get? 2/3 equals 8.5 minus 8, 8.5 minus M by M minus 8. Now we can cross multiply these two to get the M value. So what will we get? 2M minus 16 equals, what is 8.5 into 3? 8.5 plus 8.5, what is that? It's 17. So what is 17 plus 8.5? It's 25.5, right? So 3 into 8.5 is 8.5 plus 8.5 plus 8.5. Or else you can simply multiply. So the double of 8.5 is 17. 17 plus 8.5 is 25.5. So 3 into 8.5, 25.5 minus 3m. Now we can keep all the m's to one side and numbers to one side. So what will we get? 2m plus 3m. 5m equals 25.5 plus 16. What is 25 plus 16? It's 41. So it's nothing but 41.5. So we got the, now what is going to be the m value? M value is 41.5 divided by 5. So what is 41.5 divided by 5? So 5 into 8 is 40. Then we have 1.5. So 8.3, right? So the M value is the actual mixture price is nothing but 8.3. So we got the actual mixture price. But what is the question actually? At what price you need to sell to make a 20% profit is a question. So the actual mixture price is 8.3. To make a 20% profit, he have to increase it by 20%. So how can he increase 8.3 by 20%? So the actual mixture price is 8.3. Now we are actually going to increase it by 20%. So the actual mixture price is nothing but 8.3. Now there need to be a profit of 20%. That means the mixture price need to be increased by 20%, right? So that means 8.3 is the mixture price. It need to increase by 20%. That means it is 8.3 into, how can you increase the number by 20%? We can multiply it with 120 by 100 or 1.2. So the final answer is nothing but 8.3 increased by 20%. So we can simply do 8.3 into 1.2. So what is 8.3 into 1.2 approximately? So when you do 8.3, let's do 83 into 12 first of all. So it's 8, 16 plus 3, 19. So it's 9.96. So 9.96 approximately rupees 12. So they're definitely saying at approximately at what rate he's selling it. So we got 9.96 as the mixture price increased by 20%, right? So 9.96 is the final answer, but 9.96 is very close to 10. So they actually need the approximate value only. So among these options, the approximate value is rupees 10. So option A, 10 is going to be the correct answer. So in this video, we were discussing about mixtures and allegations. So we went through almost every type of question where we have a profit and we are not having a profit. When the two items are mixed together, what is going to be the mixture price, or what is going to be the price of good quality or the cheap quality? Whatever the question is, you can actually make use of the same formula, that is QC by QG equals G minus M by M minus C, and we can reach at the correct answer based on whatever is asked in the question. So practice more and more questions. We'll meet again in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.